Hi, this is Mike. I'm a member of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Fairbanks. Every summer, our fellowship takes the lead on a program named Whale Coast, Alaska. But to be perfectly honest, I don't know that much about Whale Coast. I've helped out a little bit, but never volunteered for anything too significant. Things are busy in the summer with kids and all. So, I just don't really get it. The website says that Whale Coast is a, quote, eco-cultural and spiritual tour. I needed a better description of this, so I decided to ask around. I asked this guy named Phil, who was once the president of the board at the fellowship, and he knows his way around Whale Coast pretty well. Here's his take on Whale Coast.
Whale Coast, Alaska is UUFF's major fundraising event, and it's something that we look forward to every year.
Whoa, wait, Whale Coast is a fundraiser and they look forward to it? Turns out the fellowship raises money by bringing guests to Fairbanks and being personal tour guides. Instead of staying in cushy hotels and eating at restaurants for a week, tourists stay with fellowship volunteer hosts in their own homes. The money guests would have spent on hotels and food goes to UUF instead.
We open our homes and share the local attractions with UU visitors from all over the world. They are treated to an intimate immersion into our lives, something they wouldn't find on most cruises. We love to share our state while hearing fascinating stories from our guest adventures around the globe. This event is even more fun than a round of silent auctions.
Did I mention the members of UUFF have a sense of humor? Well, this humor, plus an honest desire to get to know guests from all over the United States, makes for a group of very welcoming and sincere volunteer hosts. A handful of longtime UUFF members volunteer to host Whale Coast guests year after year after year. I talked to a lot of hosts that insist that they really get just as much out of it as they put into it. UUFF members really seem to thrive on hosting.
We who act as hosts also benefit extraordinarily because they're wonderful people.
Whale Coast is a wonderful event. I love getting to host people from different places and show them our wonderful town and hear about their town and the travels and the things they've done.
We found hosting to be a delightful way to get acquainted with the wider UU community.
A great time to share our home and our state and our community.
I really enjoy meeting all the people from different parts of the states and getting them out on the river to do a little Sunday morning float.
The easy thing about hosting Whale Coast is that the tour happens in Alaska. And Alaska is a pretty unique place. UUFF joins forces with other UUs in Anchorage, Juneau, and Sitka. Fellowships in these three cities also serve as tour hosts and guides, giving Whale Coast guests a pretty good look at the state. I asked this old German guy, Fred, to give me his best sales pitch, and he gave me a pretty good one.
Welcome to Alaska, the last frontier, where you can see the midnight sun, wildlife, bears and caribous on the run. The sky is full of birds, cranes, ducks and geese, all there for you to see. Snow-capped mountains, beautiful winding rivers rushing down to the sea. There are whales and more for you to see. Come and see us.
But let's face it, Alaska is not a tough sell. Tour guests can see moose, whales, caribou, birds like eagles, mirrors, puffins, and maybe even bears. They can hike, camp, boat, fish, and fly. It's a pretty unusual place. But it's not just the cool, sexy reality TV Alaska. that makes Whale Coast worth the investment. It's the people, with hearts like Fred and others at UUFF. In the last 21 years that Whale Coast has been hosted by the 4 UU fellowships in Alaska, they've raised over $400,000 to share and brought more than 1,000 guests into their homes. Last year alone, UUFF brought in $12,000 in less than 1 week. At the same time, Whale Coast has allowed Alaska's UUs to spread their message out into the world, a message of liberal religious thinking, justice, and acceptance for all, and it just might be working.